الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه أجمعين. أما بعد. We had a busy week from the attack on the university, Brown University in Rhode Island, that ended up in killing two people. One of them is a Muslim student, and 9 others were injured. They're still looking for the shooter. To the Mohave desert, where they caught 4 people planning attacks on Christmas Day or Eve. I heard a report, and they didn't repeat it, that these 4 people are Palestinian. They didn't repeat it. I thought it's going to be repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated. But the thing is, those people had an agenda. They are leftist group. And among the things that they were, calling for, hatred of ICE, those SS, army of Trump in the US, wearing niqab, and free Palestine or something like that. So immediately, which word caught the eye of the media? Palestine, Palestinian. Not sure if this was a consequence of hearing the word Palestine. Trump suspended all visas for people carrying a Palestinian passport. If you look at the names of the 4 people whom they caught, none of them is a Muslim name or a Palestinian name or even a Palestinian Christian name or an Arab name. Nobody knows who these people are except maybe the security agencies that were monitoring them and caught them before they started their attacks. Now for this, the word terror came. They said it. They said it. Also that attack on Bondi, they call it Bondi Beach in Australia. A man and his son attacked the people on the beach, killing, I think, 15, maybe more, injuring dozens. Before they mentioned the name of the father and son, the word terrorist came. For LA, a famous actor, producer, or whatever it is, or who is famous here, he stopped acting, I think, a long time ago and was directing movies, was killed by stabbing him and his wife by the hand of their son. So their son killed them, stabbing them in their home. The word terrorist didn't come. So 2 out of 4. They're looking for the person who committed that Brown University crime. In the meantime, they don't know who he is. Might turn out to be somebody who has a mental problem, if he's white, Christian, black, Christian, Latino. But if he's a Muslim or Arab, terrorism. So 2 out of 4. Uh, Terror in Australia, terror in the Mohave Desert, Brown University, we're still waiting for the designation. I hope they catch that criminal. And for LA, it already started from the first breath of the media. Mental problem, drug problem, mental. So that drug problem caused him to stab his family, his mother, his father, elderly. So where it goes, that has something related to Muslims, Arabs, Palestine, and of course those groups, ISIS, Qaeda, whatever, terrorism is in immediately, without any doubt. As for those people in the Mojave Desert, we don't want them. You can keep them. Call them a terrorist. They call them a terrorist or terrorists because of Palestine. What's the difference between that man who killed those students and shot many others, 9 others, in Brown University, Rhode Island, and the man who stabbed his elderly parents? What's the difference between them and those who planned attacks on people during Christmas? What's the difference? They're the same. They're all hate crimes because there is no crime that you can look at it and say, hey, no Muslims, Arabs involved. It's a love crime because Muslims, Arabs are not involved. Interesting, isn't it? So Trump went out immediately. The man who makes us a joke. I'm a Palestinian. Jalal Abualrub, Jalal Abualrub. I have 70 books in print, all in English, thousands of articles. The website is islamlife.com, and we are not a joke, Mr. Trump. We are not a joke. Describing Schumer, the senator. He's a Palestinian. We're not a joke. Trump, I declare, as I did before, that a baby Palestinian who was killed by the hands of the Jews in Gaza or the West Bank, I lost more than 24 members of my family, none of them Hamas, including children. So he calls us a joke. I'm saying a baby Palestinian, and any other baby, but Palestinian because he made us a joke, who was killed by the Jews, is far better than you and the earth filled with people like you. We're not a joke. We're not a joke. What can we say? Those Arabs, they're busy dancing, music, trying to appease Trump. They forgot about us, the Palestinians, and we didn't do the beginning of the crimes in Palestine. Started more than 100 years ago. 100 years. 100 years by the Brits. The Brits, the Brits, the Brits, the Brits, and the Brits. Everywhere they went and left behind them trouble for the people to keep fighting about. The Brits over 100 years ago gave what they never owned, they don't own Palestine, to those who never owned it, the Jews, and started all this. So regardless of what you think that the understanding in the media and by the governments of the West, the understanding is that October 7, October 7 came, why don't they call it 10/7, like 9/11, 10/7? It didn't come out of nothing. These people have been brutalized every way you can imagine for 100 years by the Jews who had no connection whatsoever to Palestine for 18 centuries. I'll come back to this point after reminding you. There was terror in the Mohave desert. They caught the criminals before they did their crime. If they were planning to do the crime, I mean, these days, do you really trust, what's his name, Pash Patel? Kash Patel? Los Angeles. Don't wait. It's not going to be called a terrorist act because it's a Christian leftist family mental problem. It's not Muslim or connected to Muslims. So 2 out of 4 from the incidents I'm talking about today, the Australia one and the Mohave one, terrorist, Brown University, Los Angeles. We're waiting on Brown University on whoever that person is, then the designating of that person will come. A supporter for ISIS. He once said, what is ISIS? So he is supporting ISIS. And, or he's a Christian, he's, had mental problems, he was angry. When he was young, his mother, he told her good morning, and she said, with you here, what's good about it? And it's been here, hitting him, killing him, all these years. So he goes to a university and shoots people, including one Muslim. May Allah forgive him, but I wish he wasn't in that environment with all these girls that he was connected to. But what can we say? LA, not a terrorist. Brown University, terrorist or not terrorist, in waiting. Australia, sure. The Mohave Desert, 4. There is a word Palestine there. They might be undercover Jewish rabbis who became ISIS. Who knows? The media here is going mad. The minute they reported those shootings in Australia, the same minute, terrorist attack against what? Jews, anti-Semitic attack. So that man, we don't know who he is or his son. Nobody gave them permission on behalf of my people, the Palestinian or anybody else or the Muslims. Taking a permission from ISIS is void because these people, they don't follow Islam. They're called Khawarij because they exited the Islamic law. What they're doing is not Islamic law. Even if the media keeps saying it and connecting it to Islam, any way they want, because Islam is not being bothered itself, the religion. Islam is the largest religion on the face of this earth, and there is nothing. The Western media with all the Jews in it, the people in Congress, 80% of them vote for the Jews all the time. They're taking bribes. 90% actually take bribes. About 80% vote always with the Jews or the Christian organizations or whoever. There is nothing you can do about it. Islam is continuing. Now, did this man wake up in the morning after planning for some time? I'm sure. He had 5 guns. I think he bought 5 guns and say, let's go to Bondi Beach and kill some Semites. Is that the discussion you think he had with his son? These people, they do not represent Islam. If you did what you did because they're Jews, connection to Palestine, I don't want it. How many years I've been saying Islam forbids attacking civilians, and there is nothing that these people who make these attacks in the name of Islam can bring to support what they're saying and doing. Islam doesn't allow attacking civilians, period. I know they say, well, they're attacking us, killing our men, women, and children. Really? So, which part of Islam says if somebody kills your cousin, you go kill their cousin? So these people have no connection to my religion. I don't know who they are. Muslims did not give them any permission to do this, and the Palestinians have enough trouble. They don't want them to do this. So, did they say to each other, they're on the beach celebrating that Jewish celebration? Or the Semites, let's go kill the Semites. Or was it because they're Jews? See, there's a difference here. Semites are a racial group. Jews are people who have a religion. Among the Semites are the Israelites, who maybe are only a half of the population of Israel today. They need to do DNA testing, make sure that these people are not Russian or from other, because they're not Israelites. Many of them had nothing in the terms of Hebrew until they went to the Jews and said, hey, I'm a Jew. Okay, learn Hebrew and start killing Muslims. So Semites are a group of people. Who are the Semites? If you read the history, that area, the whole area that people call the Middle East, are Semitic groups, not only Jews. The largest Semitic group in the world today are the Arabs. I am a Semite. Again, you can hear it. What the Jews say or don't say, and those hypocrites, historians who say it was before a racial group from North Africa all the way to the Levant. But now it's specifically about the Jews. So the Jews hijacked the word Holocaust and Semite. There is no Holocaust. There is no Holocaust except the Holocaust, the Jewish one, that the Christians of Europe did to them, not us, not the Palestinians, not the Muslims, not the Arabs. There is no Holocaust except the Holocaust, and there is no Semite except a Jew. No. In fact, let's talk now a little more about the terror in Australia, and I mentioned it before, so let's talk about it. Anti-Semitism. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? You tell me. I can't hear you, but you tell me. What does that mean? These are groups of people. Semitism, anti-Semitism, like, are you crazy? Those who say anti-Semitic attack, you're saying that the only Semitics are Jews? Come on. Are you sure? I'm a Semite, and I don't hate myself, and I doubt that Syrian man and his son wanted to kill me. Maybe they will, if they know that I never supported ISIS and Qaeda and Maida and wherever, all these groups, so I don't support them. I support my religion. Whatever my religion says, I stand behind it, including the commandment not to kill civilians. But they didn't plot against Semites. So what is the deal with the Semites? 20 minutes? Okay, you still have some time. They say, the Jews, that God gave this land, Palestine. They wouldn't say Palestine, even though it was populated by Palestinians according to the Old Testament. Make a search on your Old Testament. Palestine, Philistines, you'll find it there. They were there before the Israelites started living there. So they say that the land that they call today Israel was given to them by God, the promise to Abraham and his seed. Who are the seed of Abraham? Semites? Yeah, but not all the Semites, because when Ibrahim, Prophet Ibrahim, alayhi salam, Allah's blessing on him, moved to Palestine, that area was already populated throughout the area by Semitic groups, including the Arabs and the Kurds of old. And Abraham was a Semite in that sense. God did not give Palestine to the Semites. He did not give it to the Jews. He gave it to the Israelites, the seed of Abraham, according to the Jews. This much they will not disagree with, the Jews. Is it true that Allah, God, gave Palestine to the seed of Abraham, only the Israelites? Where does it say that? The seed of Abraham, if you forgot, started with two men. Ismail, a prophet from Allah, we believe in him. Ishaq, Isaac, a prophet from Allah, we believe in him. And the son of Ishaq, Yaqub, Jacob, Israel, a prophet from Allah, we believe in him. So the seed is going to the two children. You can't remove the citizenship of being among the seed of Abraham from Ismail, the father of the Arabs. And the Arabs before Ibrahim came were already Semites. It's a racial group, yeah. Yeah, people. A racial group. Still exists today. The Arabs are the largest Semitic group. So, the seed of Abraham, Ishmael, they call him Ishmael, and Isaac, Ishaq. Where did it say in that promise that the Jews wrote with their own hands in a book written by authors anonymous and ascribed in it all kinds of crimes to their own heroes? Which nation trashes their heroes as much as the Jews who wrote the Old Testament? It's not from God, with their hands, and ascribed it to God. Where Moses orders the killing of what could be 250,000 people in one day, but save all the girls that did not sleep with a man for yourselves, he said. Moses said that. Go kill every man, woman, child, suckling infant, oxen, sheep, and donkey. Don't forget the donkeys. The Old Testament kill donkeys, for some reason. David, Dawood alayhi salam, we believe in him. He's a prophet from Allah. The Jews accused him of murder, adultery. The most famous king, prophet, David, a murderer, adulterer? No, he's a prophet from Allah. The only book that cleanses the reputation of these prophets is the Quran, because all these are lies. Solomon. What's a Solomon? Sulaiman sounds better. A prophet from God died as an idol worshipper. So those Jews came up with something. God promised this land to the seed of Abraham. The current Jews, hey, see, we have the title from God to Abraham. Here is the signature of Abraham. This is ours now. Facts. Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, we believe in him and in the honor of his mother. The only book that praises Jesus and his mother is not the New Testament, it's the Quran. So Jesus came to them, to the Jews. They rejected him, wanted to crucify him, succeeded according to the Jews and the Christians. They didn't according to the truth, the Quran. And they rejected him. And God punished them. Read the New Testament. Punishment. Paul said to the Jews, about the Jews, they killed their own prophets and crucified our Lord and Savior, whatever. That stuff he says. All lies, of course. Paul. He started Christianity. Jesus has nothing to do with it. Had nothing to do with it. Now, the punishment came to them year 71 AD. The Romans, Europeans, idol worshippers at the time, expelled the Jews from Palestine. Until the until the 1900s, the early 1900s. Until the early 1900s. With a difference of 18 centuries, the Jews did not have any connection to Palestine. No property, no farms, didn't live there, no connection, never lived there for 18 centuries. But when you ask the Jews today, hey, God gave the land to the seed of Abraham, what happened to the seed of Ishmael then? That's also he's the seed of Abraham, the oldest one. And so it is ours because he gave it to the seed of Abraham. Listen, forever. Forever. And in the New Testament, they don't glue the two words together. Forever. Now, the Jews of today, half of them, maybe more, we have no idea who they are. They have no idea who they are. No, they have idea who they are. They're hiding it. Hey, this is our land. God gave it to the seed of Abraham forever. Do you really believe in that? So forever in the Old Testament, in the promise of God, means minus 18 centuries. Right? He gave you this land forever, but didn't reveal to Abraham minus 18 centuries. Forever means forever. Maybe a few days, but 18 centuries, you never lived there. And who do you think you are? You can prove if you are Semites, let alone Israelites, through the DNA testing that they did. They're hiding it. They're hiding. So, forever is either something the Jews wrote on their own and they filled the Old Testament with that stuff. If God, Allah, promised this land for the seed of Abraham, and we are from the seed of Abraham. The Muslims who are Arabs, the Palestinians, that surrounding area, Semites. We are the seed of Abraham. So one part of the seed of Abraham were very bad. Bad, bad, bad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the praised, the honored, sent the Romans to expel them for their rejecting of Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, who wasn't the Son of God. Never said that. He wasn't sent to atone, to be crucified to atone for the sins of the Christians, so that the Christians can sin all they want, which is, they're doing it until today. They do the most horrible sins. Hey, Jesus already God forgave me, and I sent the bill to Jesus, because he's the one who's paying for all these sins through his crucifixion. While the Christians, and there is somebody being crucified, say, he's Jesus, Son of God, to atone for my sin so I can sin. Die, die, die. In the meantime, Jesus, supposedly, fake of course, supposedly the Son of God, he was a prophet from God, he wasn't the Son of God, period. And his mother was honorable. You Jews, filthy Jews who call her a fornicator. The Quran exonerated her honor. One of the most honorable women of all time, and we believe in her and her son, and we love them, the Muslims. So, die, 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 the Christians say. The Jews say, yeah, die, die, die. And by the way, we wrote the New Testament. We're going to destroy the legacy of this man who never said, I am the Son of God. You know. And Paul, a Jew who hated the Christians, who hated the followers of Jesus, never met Jesus, wrote all that stuff that the Christians now follow. Christians say, die, die, die. Jesus himself, what did he say on the 9th hour? Is it 2 hours, 3 hours before he was executed by crucifixion, a death condemned in the Bible? What did he say? He had no idea what these Christians are talking about today. According to them, he said, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, I'm reading to you from memory from the New Testament. That is to say, my God, why have thou forsaken me? And they're saying, no, you came here to die. You have to die, because I need to sin. All the way until the end of time. We're going to sin and send all the bills to you. And by the way, they say, those who keep arguing with me, evangelists, who said the name of God is Allah? I have a title in one of my books, a chapter, Allah, Elohim, Eli, Allah, God. Which word doesn't fit? He said Eli, Ilahi, Ilahi. We say the same in Arabic today. We've been saying it since before. Since the time of Abraham, his name is Allah. His name is not God. Jesus didn't say my name is Jesus, or that the name of God is God. The name of Allah is God. So, now we spoke about the children of Isaac and Ishaq, his name, Yaqub, and his name is Jacob, Israel, the children. These are a part of the seed of Abraham. Whoever remained until the time of Jesus was expelled. And those are the original Israelites. Forget about this Semite stuff. Doesn't mean anything. If there was a promise from Allah to Abraham that the land will stay with his seed forever, it continued with the seed of Abraham, the children of his son Ismail. The Arabs are the children of Ismail. It continued because they continued living there until the Jews came back later and said, God gave us this land, here is the title, and the same story, the whole story. You see, if the promise was given to Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah's blessings on him, we believe in him, and in Moses, and in David, and all the prophets Allah sent among the children of Israel, and in Muhammad, the last and final prophet and messenger from Allah. If there was a promise that contained the word forever, the Jews have to realize something. If they say that and say that we are the only ones who were meant by that promise, then it's not forever. It's for a few years, a couple of thousand years, then for about 2,000 years, 1,800 years, you'll be out, Palestine. Does this make any sense? It's not forever. It's a lie. If there was a promise given to Abraham from Allah, the creator of everything, then that promise, if it contained the words forever, we are the practical manifestation of that promise, because the Muslims who came later are Arabs who live in that area. The Palestinians and the surrounding areas, the seed of Ismail, who is one of the two seeds of Ibrahim, were living there, continued living there. Conclusion. The Jews of today have no claim on Palestine. We don't know how many of them are actually even Semites, let alone being Israelites. The only Israelites we can identify, and they went bad from the time of Jesus because they rejected Jesus, a prophet from God, a human prophet, wasn't God or the Son of God. The Israelites, who are Arabs, who used to live in that area, are the only Israelites. Those Jews, look in the history, see how many groups of people became Jewish, and that's a religion. Judaism is a religion. Israelites are a group of people. Semites are groups of people. The seed of Abraham are groups of people coming through Ismail or Ishaq, or through Ishaq, both of them. Ismail and Ishaq had seed. We are the seed of Ismail. We are the seed of Ibrahim. So the Jews have no claim to Palestine. What they're doing today in Gaza, the killing of 70,000 civilians, has really shocked many Christians who just woke up and said, these people have been doing this for 100 years with our money, with our support, our weapons, our corrupt politicians, and they are turning against the Jews, against their crimes. For the man and son who did this in Australia, your action is rejected. And the Jews started saying, we have to stop anti-Semitism in this country. And I think the Prime Minister spoke about anti-Semitism. Look at the result of this. The Muslims, like they don't have enough trouble in Australia. Now the government is going to go after their organizations, their Islamic centers. Anyone who says anything about the Jews, they're going to go after them. Is this what you did for the benefit of Islam? Islam did not benefit from what you did, because you're criminals. And the oppression that will follow and persecution for Muslims in Australia and other areas cannot be justified by killing dozens or a dozen and a half Jews, maybe, and some of them wasn't a Jew actually, one of them, and others who were shot, is not justified by that. In fact, I'm going to say this. Agree with me, Muslims. Here, reach to your heart and look at it. After the actions of Al Qaeda, ISIS, Al Nusra, Al Shabab, Boko Haram, and what Hamas did on October 7, yeah, I'm going to put it there. Didn't they give justification for the Christians and Jews to attack Muslims? What they did, those people, in the name of Islam. The people of Gaza, may Allah help you, because this disaster that was brought on you by Hamas wasn't the only disaster, by the way. It continued from the time the Brits and that man who gave Palestine to the Jews who never owned it, he's with Allah now. You call him God? He is with Allah now. And I wish him the worst for what he did. So we love Muslims and we want to help them. Did this, what they did, and 9/11 attacks and all the other stuff, did it help the cause of Islam and Muslims? No, it didn't. So, if you have a company and your business is failing and failing and failing, are you going to say, well, after 10 experiences of business, this kind of business, I failed, I'm going to do number 11, the same business? Get out of this mode. Learn your religion. And the Jews have no claim on Palestine. They are invaders. Invaders. The worst type of Jews are the settlers, all those vicious women from Brooklyn, and those who call themselves their husbands. They're vicious. They want to kill the Palestinians, men, women, and children. They don't even recognize that we exist. We do exist. It's all temporary. This life goes into cycles. And today, you have the upper hand. It's not going to be the same forever. You ask what my name is? Jalal Abualrub. All thanks and praises are due to Allah.